Hello friends, welcome back to the Malakai Makaisson campaign. Do you all know that on the last episode, I was extremely rude? I didn't take the time to punch Malakith and his dragon in the face. So we're gonna have to do that. He's a little upset that we didn't give him the proper attention. You know, he's seen us destroying everybody else, and he's a little irritated that he had to wait his turn. So let's make sure to give him a good reception here, and I will see you all on the battle map. All right, let's get ready to give Malakith the beating that he so properly deserves. I'm gonna actually come up and see if we can hit him with the Spear of Grungni. I'm gonna hold my gyrocopters back because the AI is likely to have a number of very dangerous missile units to face off against us. We should probably start weakening Malakith, although Blackguard of Nagron is a pretty appropriate target. I'm just not worried about the speed at which the Blackguard would kill my men. I'm much more worried about the dragon, the monsters, and the crossbows that they potentially have hiding with this army. Wow, I just got some huge frame rate lag there. I don't know what that was. Dropped the frame rate down to almost non-existent there for a second. Now it's back up over 100. The spear, I think, hit him. I saw like a tiny bit of damage pop off of him. Nothing that was very impressive there. Oh, he's gonna get some bombardments on us. They must have a black arc in range, but their bombardments are doing a lot less to me than mine are doing to them. I am going to go ahead and risk this summon because it's just a summon. They probably have shades back here that'll start shooting at my gyros, but I care not. All right, there we go. Start getting after Malakith here. He is getting beat down pretty hard by my guns and cannons here. He's gonna try and bypass. He's honestly, for the fact that he's still alive here, that ought to be a testament to just how tough he is. Not much else would have been able to survive as much punishment as we just forced into Malakith. I mean, he ate a significant amount of pain there. That was not a small amount. He is now running away scared, and I'm gonna let my cannons finish him off. He's down to 40 hit points, so should be in good shape now. I'm gonna start targeting that War Hydra, and then same thing, I'll turn my guns toward it. We have another War Hydra. No, sorry, that's a Charybdis coming down the other flank. I'm gonna target that with my Slayer Pirates. We do have the Spirit of Grungni available. The AI is bombarding us pretty good here. My Slayer's doing a good job, and our gyros did manage to tear up their bolt thrower. Again, I'm not super worried about their Blackguard, just because it's not really going to have the oomph to just trounce my infantry near instantly. If that being the case, it just becomes a lot less worrisome for me. Not to say that it isn't dangerous, because it most certainly is. I'll get after these shades over here, and then let's engage this Blackguard, and I'm going to start flinging some airships around here. Let's reinforce here. I'll pull my Slayer Pirates back over here. There we go. I'm gonna actually take my Doom Seekers out of formation. I'm gonna send one Doom Seeker over here to get after those shades with great swords. And then I'm gonna go after this other one, and I'm gonna take my cannons and target that shade. Spirit of Grungni is taking a significant amount of missile fire, but it's not really a huge deal. Again, it's a summon, and if it dies, it's not the end of the world. I don't think they're gonna actually be able to kill it here. They might, but I think my cannons are gonna finish destroying that stuff before the time. Oh, you guys got in behind me. I think these units came back from routing and then got in behind me. There we go. We should be good. Not the world's most beautiful victory, but it is a victory nonetheless. And we got the job done. Well, Malakith is gone. He was embarrassed for the most part. Though, again, that was a pretty impressive showing. Like, he took a lot of missile fire before he went down. I think that if we were anybody else and you had to try and kill that in melee, that would have been a much less pleasant task. So I think all in all, pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. I didn't expect them to win. So that was never the expectation, but I was impressed with the fight that he was able to put up. It's about the best that you can expect out of an enemy at this point in the campaign when we are running around this roughshod over everybody. We are almost all the way up to 40,000 gold per turn. We have 8,200 oath gold, so we probably ought to go get a bunch of forging done. We've got a ton of skill points, all kinds of stuff to do. You know what? I don't want to waste episode time with all the forging I'm going to have to do, and with these skill points. I think you all have kind of, by this point, you ought to have a pretty good idea of how I handle those things. I'm going to take care of those things, and maybe get ready to end a turn, and then kind of just cut out a little bit of the stuff that you probably don't really care to see. So I'll be back in just a moment. All right, I just spent a number of minutes going through all the skill points and all of our upgrades. It looks like the Wood Elves beat us to Clan Scryer here, which is good news. Does that mean Clan Scryer is extinct? I need to take a look and see. I know an easy way to find out. I mean, we can look in our messages, of course, and see whether they were extincted, which they very well might be. I did a ton of work at the forge and fusing stuff. Oh no, their agents are still alive, so they're still alive. If they hold a settlement, I do not know where that settlement is, but we can kind of do a little bit of spying and get an idea. If I come find Clan Scryer here, actually I don't know if they'll show up on here because we can't make peace with them. Yeah, they do show up. But 0 settlements. Okay, so they just have a small army somewhere. So Clan Scryer is finished for all intents and purposes here. That is good news. I can't imagine really needing these armies over here. We could go after Sartosa just to beat the crap out of someone. And, I mean, that might very well be what I do. Got to think about that one. I'm going to bring these guys back underground. Just kind of move them around a little bit. Just so the messages will go away for Lord Not Moved on this turn. But I would expect that Clan Scryer is going to have to try something like kind of desperate in order for them to try and get a settlement back. So I would expect some kind of desperation move. We were done with all the clans research. I think it was guilds. Yeah, we still have guilds research to do. Operations training. What are some of these? Any of these any good? Population surplus +2 for newly captured settlement. That's actually really good. We should do that. I don't have the oath gold at the moment though. But we can start working on Grungni's blessing here, which, I mean, heaven forbid we get a hold of the income. It's going to be an ugly show for our enemies. Requires 1 technology of Valea's protection. Oh, we got to do this one first. Okay, let's grab Valea's protection. And then, let's see, Lord Not Moved. Thorek had one of his heroes wounded by a Zinchi agent, which is frustrating, but not unexpected. Speaking of Zinchi agents, we're going to kill some of them here at the Tower of Archon. And I'm going to just occupy the settlement for now. It's actually not going to be something terrible for us to continue to occupy, though if we gave it to the Tomb Kings, that might make them happy with us. Let's see, unassigned skills. Because of that, let me go take care of these. I said I took care of all of them, but of course then as soon as you fight a battle, there are going to be more of them, of course. Let's do this runic imbuement and look for more skills. Yep, figured there would be right here. And let's go with requisition and hand loaded. And we'll do sapper. All right, so we took care of the skill points. I have a ton of money for different buildings. We should be able to build a lot of stuff. I'm gonna head in. We have so many settlements that it's honestly probably gonna be hard to even keep track of. Okay, this is a fairly new territory. Actually, I want that. Yeah, this is fairly new territory here. Let's give that a little bit of work. This is Hell Pit. Hell Pit, I don't really need to spend my money there at the moment. Karak Hearn, it looks like kind of have some options there too. Blackwater. I'm just trying to look for ones where we have the biggest impact. Asgal. I mean, I'll go ahead and upgrade some of these, put some defenses in. Steep Mountains, Oath Gold. Might as well. Like I said, I've got a bunch of money to drop, so we'll just start dropping it some of these places. Looks like there's plenty to do. And despite how much money we're making, we have so many settlements that we could easily run out of gold each turn building all the things that are possible. I mean, easily. We haven't even gotten through a fraction of our settlements really right now. There we go, more Oath Gold. Awesome. All right, so we are done with buildings. There's a damaged building at Blood Peak. We'll take care of that later. We have commandments we can issue. That one's going to be here at Ancient Giant Lands. And now we're ready to end our turn. All right. It was quite the turn in because I have a whole... Oh, man. Clan Eshin is on a roll. They destroyed the Iron Dragon. But Clan Scryer dies. So that's unfortunate. All right, there we go. Got rid of another Skaven agent there. Let Clan Eshin know that we will soon be coming for them. Speaking of coming for them, we have an army that's coming for the ogres. I'm gonna actually go out here and hit the sentinels, and then we'll bounce over to the Tower of Gorgoth. We'll just capture up all this territory from the ogres. I didn't have to fight the ogres right now, but I kind of felt like we would be fighting the ogres at some point, and these armies weren't busy doing anything, which is kind of a waste if we're going to be paying them upkeep. We might as well be accomplishing something. I'm going to auto-resolve some of these fights with the ogres. I mainly want to be focusing on our efforts to get over to Cathay and start to take out Clan Eshin. Looks like we have a immune to plague here for now still. That's good news. Okay, let's keep checking out all of our different lords. The vampires are still just sitting on their duffs, even though we issued them a trespass warning. They are still bugged out, so that apparently was not fixed in the patch, which is unfortunate. Let's get rid of the Blood Peak camp here. And then Ungrim's gonna move along. I don't even think we had any, yeah, we didn't have any significant casualties there. We do have a pretty large ogre army at Firemouth, which I might go ahead and fight that battle. I said I was going to auto-resolve a lot of the ogre battles, and this one may not be an exception, but it depends. If it's not a settlement map, then yeah, we'll go ahead and fight this one. Hey, I attacked the ogres, so no doubt they're going to be sitting back on their big guts, waiting for me to do something. Previously, these brimstone guns wouldn't have done anything. I think they actually will now. Let's give them a shot here. Yeah, it's not bad. We don't have a ton of ammo on this thing, though I do have extra ammo back with my engineer if we need it. But if I come up here and shoot these guys a few times, I think it will convince them that they can't just sit back here and ignore me. Yeah, I mean, that is not bad damage. I might actually shoot their Slaughtermaster a couple times. Oh, our Summon Gyro ought to be pretty good here as well. I'm looking to see, just make sure that I'm not firing at units with high armor, because we won't do very good against armor. I mean, actually, these steam guns will. We might be able to shoot their lord with these because we're in behind him. I'm gonna let my brimstone guns just kind of keep hitting their big infantry groupings. Not real great against their lord. I'm feeling pretty confident I can kill their lord with my other stuff. I'm just gonna start shooting their... It seems like we're having better effect on their monstrous infantry. Oh, the Gorgers are really low armor. Alright, so we're gonna gyro these guys. As they move forward, they will first come into cannon... No, I think they'll come into... Yeah, cannon range, and then just after that into organ gun range. We don't quite have the dig in for my flame cannons yet, but we will soon enough. Well, not soon enough, I guess, because I want it right now. I'm gonna hit those Gorgers. Our Summon Gyro putting in some decent work here against those Iron Fist. Since they're armor piercing, I might actually shoot a few of these Iron Guts. We're about to lose the unit. It's about to despawn. So let's just do what we can do. In fact, yeah, there it goes. Get whatever damage in we could while we could. I'm gonna empty out my ammunition and then go refill my ammunition. and give these guys some more. If they're going to just sit here and lazily walk their lazy guts across the battlefield, then I'm going to cover them in napalm along the way. Got 2 more volleys here, I believe. And we'll swing those gyros back in. Alright. Like I said, brimstone guns used to be pretty useless, and they're actually decent now against the right targets. So definitely appreciate CA revisiting them and fixing the somewhat broken nature that they were stuck in there. Alright, looks like my cannons have opened fire, and they've got the Slaughtermaster just inside of range. And I'm going to hit him with my cannon now as well. Gyros, let's go ahead and head back. We're going to go stock up on ammo. Oh yeah, Slaughtermaster is getting absolutely owned. He was fairly resistant to my gyros, probably just because they weren't the Trollhammer variety, but his giant gut is soft and flabby apparently, and not going to be good protection against cannons. That guy's holding his arm in front of his face there, though, because I'm sure that'll stop the cannonballs. But, I mean, left with no other option. I guess anything that keeps the cannonball from hitting you straight in the face is better than being hit straight in the face by a cannonball. Yeah, he's still under heavy fire. He's not enjoying life right now, but I'm enjoying it. Let's give some ammunition to our brimstone guns. There we go. Not much ammo, but we got a little bit of a restock there. These ogre bulls look like unwilling targets, so I'll pay them a visit. Oh, yep, their lord's dead. So that works out good for me. These iron guts over here are probably a high priority target. I think they do more damage. Yep, and it's anti-armor, anti-infantry, so those are definitely dangerous targets. This army that I'm using doesn't rely super heavily on armor. It's mostly a Slayer army. And speaking of, I'm going to have to kind of fold back here to protect my artillery because they are working hard towards my flank. But everything that... Oh, we hit my gyros with my own artillery here, I'm pretty sure. That's not the first or the last time that that'll probably happen. Awesome. Yeah, we are doing tremendous damage with all these ogres. I'm going to run out here and intercept that ogre bull. Yeah, I'm still firing at the iron guts over here. They don't really have a good angle on me. Awesome. So we have emptied out almost all of our ammunition restock. I'm gonna actually head back up here, restock their ammo again. And then I'm gonna kind of hover them right over this corner here and just kind of help attack everything that comes in from that angle. We've got Ungrim and the Dragon Slayer getting involved here. Let's intercept these iron guts. Maybe we will. Oh, they're going to intercept us. I'm going to just go ahead and countercharge these guys. I don't know, might have been better to sit still, but I'm going to countercharge it. Slayers are going to take some damage on the charge because they lack the armor, but then they're going to absolutely hack these ogres to bits. Those are not just any Slayers, those are giant Slayers, specifically settling the grudges that they were meant for. I got an extra Slayer unit here too. I'll bring it over here to back these guys up. I've got Doom Seekers that we can throw in, like right there against those Nobblers. As if the Nobblers aren't going to have a hard enough time, I'm going to cover them with Doom Seekers. Oh boy, we got the Sky Striders over here. Let's do something about them. I'm going to kind of top off the brimstone guns here and park behind the Sky Striders. Hopefully I don't destroy my own guys. The Sky Striders are one of the most elite heavy cavalry units in the game. Very dangerous unit. Fortunately, my Slayers will be getting a bonus against them. Unfortunately for me, the Sky Striders are just brutally powerful. But looks like we did a pretty good job pulling them apart. So Ungrim's army is pretty well suited to killing a lot of ogres. And that was definitely proved out here. All right, well, the ogres definitely did not fare well there, but we are saying farewell to them. So there we go. Good turn for us so far. There's more ogre settlements to the south of us. Poxmakers have a whole bunch of crap we're gonna have to clear out too. So we've got a fair bit of work left. Although I would like it to not be all that long. Looks like we're gonna be able to hit the Warhost of Jar here. And get rid of them. Is that the end of their faction? They might have more settlements. I can't remember. Nope, they're gone. So another faction out of our way. So Chaos Dwarves have been removed. This army is no longer needed to fight them, but we will need it to go retake Grand Cathay. So I am going to keep this army moving up here to the Challenge Stone. So we're going to push in through... I think I'm going to push in a couple of armies through the Chaos Waste and on into Cathay to take on Clan Eshin, and then I'm going to push some in directly this direction, and then as we push through the Ogres and the Poxmakers, we'll eventually make our way across there too. Let's go continue to see what else we can do. So Malakai back in the frigid north here. I'm gonna... Can I get to Nagaron? Yeah, I can, just barely. I'm gonna head to Nagaron. I think we can reach it, and that'll probably be a... Yeah, it's an easy auto-resolve, so let's just do that. So we'll take over control of Nagaron, so that's going to be a blow to the Druki. Taking over their capital. And I'm going to get rid of this Druki army here with Thorgrim. I would love to have another army upgrading here, but to be fair, we are dominating the Druki right now with just these two. Yeah, I mean, they are not faring well in this big fight. I'm gonna move back over here so I can replenish properly. I'm gonna have a ton of skill points. We've got a ton of money. I did end up with this army that sat in the Palace of Princes on the last turn, and I'm gonna go ahead and move up to the Fortress of the Dam. I'm gonna keep moving this army towards the front, and then we'll have a third army up here to help, which will be quite helpful. All right, Joseph Whitebeard is at Yeti Peak. I could potentially drop down into Cathay here, but I would be also potentially putting these guys way behind enemy lines. However, that said, this army is pretty well armed to fight against the Skaven. They got the Bugmans and the organ guns, and all that would be very, very useful in destroying Skaven. I think, though, I'm going to play it safe for just a minute, get down here and clear out a few more Ogres so that I've got a clearer path. I'm not going to fiddle with the Poxmakers just yet, but we will get them eventually. I really want to move these armies to the east, and I think that's what I'm going to work on. I'm going to send Belagar back up to Karak Izor, which is his old stomping grounds. So let's move that way. In fact, I'm going to move all these armies that direction for now. Skaven Blight, and we'll just kind of secure Skaven Blight. We'll use the Dwarf Underway to move Belagar first, and we'll move him if we can go capture Karak-Azorn, so that needs to be our goal. I've got a couple armies, but yeah, if I can capture Karak-Azorn, we can move Belagar all the way over here, and then however many turns that it takes for the Underway to cool down, each time I'll be able to move another army closer to Cathay. So that'll kind of be our way of getting... And if we cut our way all the way through Nagaron, we can actually have a sea lane that would be available to us as well. So then we could actually sail over and hit the Blessed Dread on the eastern side of Cathay.
Make it fit for the Dowie.
Okay. Tzeentch still has settlements strewn out and about. Or at least one settlement, I should say. We could go take a look at that real quick, too. Diplomacy. Tzeentch would probably make a peace treaty with us. But, I mean, I'm not going to offer it. I'm just stating. No, he's still got 15 settlements. Ah, someone reminded me, and that is the case. They have settlements in the south now, don't they? I think you can actually put armies down here on this coast. Yes, you can. Wow, I totally forgot how far and wide the settlements are spread. I think that, yeah, the Abyssal Glacier, look at this. I forgot that there's a southern Chaos Waste. Holy crap. Thorax sailed away from that. I might have to sail him back down there. We could put to sea and go down into the southern... I have never fought in the southern Chaos Waste, so that would be pretty interesting. I'd like to get Thorax hero back. Well, I'm going to take care of buildings and also our skill points. I will be back in just a few minutes as we end the turn. All right, during the turn end here, we've been attacked by Crone Hellebron at Nagrar. We're going to apparently lose that, but I'm unconcerned because I have another army moving up behind that's going to clean that up. So it shouldn't be long before the old leathery crone is put in her place. And let's see, we made it through the turn in. Tumbler, new regional power, confederations, settlement looted. The runesmith is ready for duty. I believe this is the one that was traveling with Thorak. We're going to have to get him back to Thorak's army. It's really annoying that they don't just spawn them back by the army that they were serving with. It's actually very annoying. I might just have to take him down here and meet up many turns later, because I'm going to go ahead and take Thorak's army, and I'm going to put to sea and start sailing down towards the southern waste. There's a Tzeentch army here.
You have no power over me.
Stating I have no power over you is probably not true. I think I have quite a lot of power over you, actually. I'm going to set this up to get to the construction. Actually, I want to do this one, the Grand Chamber there. So, save up a little bit of Oath Gold. All right, so we took over. Wow, that is so many Black Arcs out there, and they are so annoying. I'm thinking about just bouncing out here and attacking them real quick.
Let's give them something to remember.
Yeah, I'm just going to auto-resolve off all these Black Arcs, because they're a nuisance, and I don't want them doing a bunch of bombardments or raiding other stuff. So there we go. We just cleared out like 5 or 6 Black Arcs. Thorgrim is at full strength and ready to attack the Great Arena. So Malakith's Druki are falling apart rather rapidly under a withering assault of the Masters of Innovation. Clearly, Malakith was not innovating, so left him in a bit of a bad position here. I wonder if I can move farther underground this turn. I can. I'm going to move underground. We are almost back up here to Nagrar, and we can get a little revenge there, kill off the rest of those Black Arcs, and continue making our way through here. Let's see. Grombrindle is busy killing off the ogres. Can't quite reach Pigbarter, unfortunately. It's an appropriate name for an ogre settlement, though. Pigbarter. They are a bunch of pigs. I need to move up towards Karak-Azorn, so I'm actually going to move this army underground as well. And we'll hit the Demon Stump and then bounce underground to Karak-Azorn, so over the next couple of turns we'll be prepared to receive the reinforcements from Belagar's army. And it looks like we have wrapped up the Warhost of Jar. We just need to kind of head south through here and continue destroying the ogres throughout the Mountains of Morn. There we go.
I must fulfill
Alright, so... Oh, actually, never mind. We're going to get to Karak-Azorn first with Ungrim. Okay, that works too. Either way, I'm happy with it. Veil of Titans. Yeah, we are rolling up the ogres rather rapidly here. And there we go. This is going to leave us in a good position to put a really strong invasion of Cathay together where we can hit it in multiple places all at once. I'm going to head over here towards... Actually, I'm just going to go underground because then we won't have any attrition. We're going to head over towards Granite Spikes, and I'm going to start working my way through Tzeentch here. This army is getting close to being able to reinforce. Belagar still moving back to Karak-Azor so that we can get him set for the underway to Karak-Azorn, which is going to provide a great deal of reinforcements. And I think we are looking pretty good here. We've still got a few armies that haven't moved in this turn.
Master of Runecraft.
I'm going to move in the encamp stance so I can do a little bit of replenishment on the way out here to the Great Desert of Araby. All right. Trying to just do a little bit of building in some of these places where I can, just to try and have it hold up better. Zorn is looking pretty nifty here. Let's grab us some Oath Gold while we're there. Some more trade goods, defenses. And if we need to recruit anything down here, we'll be well set to do so. There was some settlements that I was working on that had some special buildings and stuff that will eventually be available to us. I want to kind of take a look for those again. Trollheim Mountains, Tower of Crack. All right, let's see here. Marshes of Madness. Let's rebuild this. I'm going to tear that down. Put in a different building in its stead. This Iron Frost Glacier. Tear that down to Nagaron. Don't need that either. Border Princes. Put in some defense. Salt Mine. All right, that's going to be pretty much all of the buildings we can take care of. So I just have a few skill points to hand out. This shouldn't take me very long, so we'll just go ahead and do this real quick. Pain, Woundmaker, Stuff Bar, Death Wish, Requisition, and let's get another. Let's see here, like that. All right, so now we just have our hero. He hasn't moved this turn. I see an Ogre agent over here. I can't quite reach him, but we'll just kind of keep chasing him.
Your chance at me, Doom.
It says we have buildings available, but I'm going to skip that. We have a commandment. Actually, I'll use my money on that there. And let's issue commandments. We have another commandment available. And I'm going to end a turn. What's wrong, Crone? Bit off a little more than you could chew here, huh? Nice try, though. So we're almost done with the turn end. Not a whole lot of significance happened other than Crone Hellebron was feeling kind of feisty, but learned that she is no match for the Masters of Innovation. I did forge a couple of unique weapons that I forgot to show you all. Crap, we got another agent wounded. That's another Zinch. And they're quite the little assassins here, apparently. Not that it's going to save them. You need an actual army to protect your settlement, in case you haven't noticed. But we are going to have to get that character back with this army. We get the opportunity. So, yeah, I forged a couple of unique weapons. I think I'm going to go into the forge here, and there's a couple of unique... Well, I did one armor and one weapon, I think. We got the Starbreaker. I haven't gotten Elfbane, but that one could be good, as we're going to be fighting some elves soon for the what do you call it? The adventures. And let's get the Star Metal plate here, and we'll need to go put those onto some of our characters. And let's see. As far as Elfbane, we should put that in one of the armies that's over here fighting elves, or that will be fighting elves. So, like Thorgrim's army here, for instance. He's got the single hero with him here. He's got a glaive gun, though, which is quite good. But we could put the Star Metal plate. Let's put that on him. And then Elfbane maybe go... Oh, it's not going to go on these guys because they all have their unique weapons. I mean, the next most likely army to put it to use would be this one right here. We do have just a giant blade. We'll replace that with Elfbane. So that should work. So I'm trying to forge up some of that better stuff. We are making 2,000 Oath Gold per turn now. I was thinking it was a ton when we were at 1,000, and we are now well beyond that mark. Got a bit of an issue here, which is I would love to go south, but I've still got some Druchii up to my north. I feel like the greater threat would probably come from the south, so I'm going to push down to Hag Grief. And I'll take Thorgrim and head west. All right, here we go. So Hag Grief's going to fall. We are occupying settlements at a tremendously fast rate now. I'm going to take Thorgrim, and I'm going to move underground towards HeirofCarthage.
Dishonored. The dumbass trump drives you on.
All right, and we're going to just keep pushing on up here to retake Nagrar. We're almost back into position with this army. I think we might even be able to replenish here. I think we'll be out of the Chaos Waste. Yep. So finally out of the Chaos Waste. Grombrindle can take Pigbarter,
You have my axe.
leaving the ogres in worse and worse position. Wait. Is that ogres? I thought I saw Skaven there. Maybe they had built a... Maybe they had built a... What do you call it? An outpost or something. All right, Karak Azorn is going to fall into our keeping. That's good news. So now we can use the Dwarf Underway to reinforce people quickly towards the east. Say towards. It won't be all the way there, but it'll be a heck of a lot closer and save me many turns of travel. So that is a very good strategic capture for us and a huge, huge problem for our enemies. It's just the Poxmakers there. I have a couple of armies. Actually, this army probably needs to just start heading towards the Warpstone Desert. I'm going to start moving that way. And then I've got my two. This army can now hit Granite Spikes. We're going to start attacking Tricksters here. Going to declare war. Oh, all right. He's got allies. I didn't expect that. So the Puppets of Misrule thinks that their allies can save them. It will not be the case. So they could have some big armies up here, though. They haven't been fighting a whole lot of people, so it's possible that they've built up some decent armies. But we have another reinforcement coming in with Oldus here, who has been in the Chaos Waste for many dozens of turns at this point. All right, now Belagar can bounce back into Karak Azor, and then we can move him in the Underway on the next turn. Then we'll just start lining up these other armies to be moved through the Underway. Lord not moved. All right, the Demon Stump gonna fall into our possession. Well, I don't know about you, but we are making some pretty significant progress every turn. All right, our army. Recent event. Oh, mutagenic energy. Cool. I spent like 4 turns getting this army ready to go fight vampires, and we got hit by mutagenic energies right when it finished. I hate you, Zinch. Like, hate you with a passion. A pastel passion. So, let's see. Zinch is going to get theirs. I promise you that. We gotta attack the vampires. Unassigned skill points. I think we're done with all of our movements, and I think I'm probably out of time for this episode. So, I think we did make some good progress. We are ready for the invasion of Cathay now, so it'll be the final push against, and really Clan Eshin is all that we have to eliminate at this point, though their allies are likely to go down with them. So we'll have to deal with them, but yeah, we're in a very good position, and we've almost cleaned out Naggarond at this point. It looks like the High Elves finally made a big move into the southern parts of Naggarond, so Naggarond will be free of Druchii, and the world will be free of Skaven here very soon, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this one. HeirofCarthage signing out. I'll see you soon with some more action in the Malakai Makaisson campaign.